get out here and still be thriving in the upper spaces of brackets after such a long time. And now we're getting into this. We got the Zariel coming in hot. It's a beautiful stage, by the way, as we get this one rolling. It's game number 1.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a bit more orthodox this game, besides the fact that we're seeing a return of another Diana. We saw one previously at the start of this block, this time in the hands of xJcoolJ. So, curious to see how that's going to shape up. Double bow in the hands of the red team, and so far working pretty well. Something over to the spear for blue. Kresuu very healthy on this Zariel.
Yeah, very, very healthy. Hasn't been hit by much. They did have an opportunity a moment ago to take both of those blue team stocks, but finally going to sneak that one away almost with the Sayer. Nice. Coming right back into the game. Going to assist with the recovery from Teska to get the stock off of... Wait, my controller. All right, here we are. Kresuu in blue. We got a lot of damage on xJcoolJ as he still makes it back on the stage. This Diana is just surviving. And every time I say something, every single time we lose the stock immediately. And the lead is still pretty sizable because Kresuu's still alive on that first stock as we're getting a lot of damage racked up over here on... How do I say that? I'm sorry. Some? How do I say that?
Apparently, from what he said in chat, he just pronounced it Thomas. I was curious about it because I saw the name in on Challenger mode. Apparently, it is just like a full name change from Escope to Thomas in terms of Tjomse. Okay, we're being informed it's pronounced Tjomse. He said Thomas in Twitch chat. I don't know which. But yeah, a full name change from Escope.
All right, we're going Chauncey. We're going Chauncey. There we go. Thomas. We'll see. They're in the chat saying Thomas. I'm going Thomas. All right. Thomas in the mid stage. Gonna land the recovery on blue, but not able to get the stock. Back into the stage dancing. Oh my gosh. Punish into punish. And now we have dire straits for Kresuu trying to come back on stage, but very good stuff from blue coming in, making it a safe recovery for his teammate.
Yeah, it's curious seeing him on the Teska now as well, because we've known for the majority of his time as a pro him for spear characters. We saw a lot of Orion. We've seen like I mentioned prior, we saw the Nash as well from specifically Thomas, and now pairing up the Teska with the Diana, it's working to an extent, but we're just seeing a lot more control coming out from the red team here. Nice interrupt there by blue with the pogo. The blue team slowing the pace right down as they don't want to try to commit too hard into something that could be very brutally punished here.
They're trying, though. Like you said, it's working out fairly well. We are going to get the recovery KO there from Kresuu. Very well played. That's a punish for sure. Not enough to get the KO, but the second one will do the job as we see Kresuu very proficient in that game.
Diana and the Teska back to the exact same stage as well. No changes to the game state, just adaptation is what they're saying right here.
All right. Definitely no changes, and I like that. You stick to your guns, no pun intended.
Oh no.
Boots are made for walking, and the guns are made for popping as they get the first stock off with a nice team combo up into the heavens above. And that was so clean. Oh, they are putting in some work right now. Kresuu was in danger, had to have his teammate come and save the day as he was out on the side of the stage, dwindling away on resources. Look at them go right now. Everything that touches turns into a small combo, and it is linking into the point where they cannot get to the ground. Look at Kresuu stocks. He's down to one stock. Immediately the dare is gonna hit, but blue was able to make it back to the stage. Tried to come up for the punish with the D-Light unarmed, and it did not reach. So that's a good look. D-Light recovery still not gonna be enough. Blue holding on. Sayer is good. That was a dangerous recovery. I ain't gonna lie. That was a little later. He got hit by that spear, and we would have saw a stock taken. But talk about a stock taken. There goes blue.
Oh no.
Down team combo.
Being saved by the bell there, saved by the teammate. But yeah, Kresuu losing 2 stocks in 45 seconds, that's brutal. Now the blue team not turning down the pace whatsoever. Both over 200 damage on their first stocks here, and the red team just struggling to find those KO moves. D-Light into N-Light is going to be enough. And once again, back to back onto both blue team members. As Kresuu going to pick up the double KO. Blue still healthy on this second stock, but just looking at his teammate, like this is a rough spot for the red team to be in.
Very, very tough spot. Kresuu overextends at all. I mean, look, see, getting punished immediately for trying to get some damage onto xJcoolJ. And now he's got to play safe. He's kind of got to stay out of dodge, or he's going to leave blue out there all alone. And we know how that turns out in brawlhalla.
Yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic in 2v2s, right? Where, like, you need to play the safer game to avoid being taken out so your teammates left alone, but you also have to have enough of a presence to not make it just a 1 versus 2.
Yes,
and
yes.
there are some players who are very, very capable of doing that. Kresuu obviously has done a decent job here of maintaining presence in the game without putting himself too much at risk. Obviously, nice sidelight there to keep Thomas off that team combo. But the NSIG is going to actually clip his teammate. Does manage to find it onto Thomas, but unfortunately, the red team just going to fall apart towards the end of the game there.
They showed that they can do it.
Seeing a change of scenery here going into game 3. We're seeing actually a good amount of, like, I'm so used to just seeing Fortress of Lions every game in 2v2 these days that seeing these changes of stage picks has been quite fun. Once again, no changes on the Legends. I'd be surprised if we see much of a Legend swap out of either team here. I mean, obviously the blue team demonstrated they have a game plan, they can execute it very consistently. The question, I think, is whether the red team will swap, because there can be limitations to playing a comp like this where you have the double bow. They have been showing they can make it work for sure, though, as they do have a small lead in terms of damage here at the start of this game. Very scrappy opening to game 3 here, though.
Very, very scrappy opening. Both teams trying to go for the gusto, want that big play, want to take the lead early. Kresuu finds that recovery. Very, very well done. Good evasion coming out here from xJcoolJ, finally clipped. Hasn't been able to touch the ground yet. Nice. Goes for the side to get those resources back. Needs assistance from his teammate. There we go. Okay. Gets back on stage and back into the fray we are. Cannot find those 2 dares. A third one whiffs again. Almost lost the stock to that Zario side stick.
Oh, that's going to be enough. Kresuu going to fall off this first stock. Blue could be soon to follow. Lower ceiling on this stage than you would necessarily expect here. Kresuu finds the neutral light. Not quite going to be enough on to xJ. Both teams now with 1 player over 200 damage, but blue's going to be the one to fall first as xJ still holding on to this first stock. Another combo coming in from the blue team. The recovery's going to be there.
Brother!
Enough.
That's the same combo we saw from last game. That is such a secure the KO combo. Very, very well done. All right. So looking great here. This is so they've got some time on this team. They've got some practice on this team. They understand how to piece it together and get early stocks. And Kresuu has been the one to keep falling to these. All right. Nice job. Gives some good damage on blue. Blue is having a hard time trying to protect his teammate. But are you serious right now? Okay, I like that punish from Kresuu because that was going to turn into something a little goofy there for blue. Very well done. Talk about team combos going straight into the neutral sig.
Gonna find that handoff. The red team now back in this game to an extent. Once again, Kresuu being the one having to play safe, but we saw that he's able to still maintain that presence. Dash jump neutral air is going to catch though, and the GC N-Light true combo is going to be secured. Over onto Kresuu, who now is approaching that 100 damage range. Blue within the KO range here for the blue team, but able to maintain this second stock. Kresuu without a weapon is going to grab the bow. Blue once again clinging to life here, but the blue team aren't getting any answers back against the damage they're putting out right now.
Yeah. Trying to find that final stock. Oh, I mean, not final, second stock. There it is, the recovery. As I was about to say it, I told you. I was going to say, every time I say somebody's holding on to a stock, they get taken out. And there it is.
Oh.
And it's now going to be a 2v1.
It was nice knowing you.
Combo. Oh my goodness.
Oh my days!
Of
their own now. Putting away the Kaya.
Not gonna have the same combo potential as the team, as the blue team, but I do like the switch. Diana is looking really good out there. The blasters are doing their job. I understand it. I understand making that swap.
This is the third Diana we've seen today as well, and I mean, I guess she's just got the source right now in 2v2s right now, though. xJcoolJ making her look perfect as damage is just not being built up onto this player whatsoever. Thomas a bit more damaged here. Blue trying to get that down and mirror match going. Recovery going to come through from Kresuu, not quite going to be enough.
Oh my goodness. xJcoolJ. Pinpoint accuracy. Tries to find the side signature to get Blue out of there. Gonna be a short whiff, just slightly spaced. Blue's gonna be able to survive. Still not enough on that. Oh, I thought we were gonna get a follow-up with the recovery coming from xJcoolJ to combo that with Thomas, but nothing doing. And still, everyone's still in the first stock. As I say it again, there goes the drop.
The curse is always present. xJ will find that recovery as well. Blue team both one stock up each, but also both within range to be KO'd relatively quickly. Thomas approaching, in fact, exactly on that 200 damage point. xJ not quite as high up there, but Blue struggling to find that KO move over onto this Tezca. The down air actually going to get interrupted by xJ's own down air with the blast. Is actually going to choose to reset the stocks. I like that there because trying to avoid disjointing the stocks, right? You want to avoid it any time that you can with leaving your teammate alone in that 1v2. And by just syncing up the stocks like that, it's saying, okay, we are playing to maximize our time together on the stage. And we're seeing it pay off in dividends as xJ going to find the down like ground pound. Blue out for the count on this second stock. And Kresuu could be soon to follow. Oh, Thomas will fall into the neutral light there, so no KO combo confirmed for the Blue team.
Yeah, that was gonna be something serious. And talk about something serious. We saw Blue almost take out xJcoolJ up there on the top of the stage at very, very low damage. And it was gonna be very, very necessary. Unfortunately, does not get it. xJcoolJ surviving so well. This has probably been the answer to this set. Oh no, snatching up the homie. That's not what you want to see.
And now Blue very damaged here on this final stock. Kresuu is going to fall, and we're seeing a switch as opposed to Kresuu being the one who's in danger. It's now Blue as winner's side stock in his hands. Ensig is going to come through. xJcoolJ could be in trouble. Dodges through the pressure from Kresuu. Now Blue left alone. Kresuu leaving his teammate in a bit of a tricky spot. Now forced aside of the stage, having to rush over. Finds the pressure to relieve off of Blue. And this bow landing its mark. Can't find the recovery though. Now Blue has to hang on the side of the stage.
They tried to set up a little combo there. Punish with the Sair, able to get back on the stage from Kresuu. Tried to make something happen. Blue trying to join in and assist his teammate, but so damaged. Almost anything will do it, especially on Diana. Nice recovery. Both damaged to the high heavens. Talk about the high heavens. Uppercut to the gut. There we go. There's an opportunity here for the red team, but my goodness, it's going to be a rough one. Blue is going to have to play this perfectly for them to be able to bring this home.
Absolutely, yeah. Going to find a small handoff there. Blue trying to find the down air as well. But the side air is going to come through and hit both red team members. That's going to be more than enough as Blue is sent packing off to the left side of the stage. Kresuu manages to space around that down air, but it's going to be a tough one. We've seen how quickly the Blue team can execute on one good engage with this team comp. Kresuu being denied weapons here as xJ picks up the bow. Dodges away from the GC downlight. Able to avoid anything too risky here, but the chip damage is coming through, approaching 200 damage here. One well-placed high-force move, and Kresuu is done for. But the movement is coming through, able to avoid too much here, but the GC downlight is going to be his doom as xJ and Thomas are going to take it home 3-1.
That was such a clean GC downlight. He saw him. He knew he was going to try to do something to sneak his way back on the stage. Punish.